Two AI heavyweights have stepped into the ring. Claude versus Gemini. One big question. Which one really delivers? On the left, we have Claude Anthropic's vision for safe and smart AI. On the right, it's Google's Gemini, engineered for speed and versatility. We're testing how they stack up in the ways that matter. Creativity, accuracy, speed, safety, pricing, and more. Let's skip the marketing hype and see how these AIs perform when it counts. Each category will earn points, so by the end, you'll have a clear winner. And the final verdict might just surprise you. Let's get into it. Here's a quick look at the mind map. We'll be comparing across conversation quality, factual accuracy, speed and integrations, reasoning and creativity, and how well they play with other apps and platforms, which I'll just call ecosystem and compatibility. That way, we're not just looking at one thing, but getting the full picture. First up, conversation quality. Seriously, Claude? The thing almost feels like you're talking to a real person. The way it remembers your context, adapts its personality, and just vibes with your chat. It's so smooth. The only catch is, sometimes it gets a bit shy with tricky or sensitive topics, you know? Now, if you're chatting with Gemini, it's super clear and straight to the point. Almost like your really efficient, slightly robotic coworker. Great for quick answers. But sometimes if you drag the convo out, it starts to lose that human-like touch. So, conversation-wise, Claude just nails it. That's our winner here. Now, factual accuracy. Claude does a good job, especially when it comes to reasoning and piecing info together. But it's not always upfront about where its facts are coming from, or every once in a while it makes stuff up. Gemini, though? This thing plugs right into Google search, throws real citations at you, and tends to have the freshest info around. Small downside? Sometimes it just gives you too many different answers at once. But hey, it's definitely in the lead for accuracy, so Gemini takes this one. Let's talk speed and integration. Claude is quick for chats, no question, but it's honestly still catching up with integrations and connecting to other apps. Gemini, on the other hand, oh man, integrated right into Google Workspace, Docs, Gmail, everywhere. APIs, Android apps, the whole deal. Sure, some cool stuff's behind a Google login. Classic. But for speed and just being everywhere you'd need, Gemini sweeps up here. Oh, and here's something cool I found. Did you know Gemini actually gets its name from that old NASA program in the 1960s? Yeah, basically aiming for the stars. Alright, time for reasoning and creativity. And here's where Claude totally flexes. Seriously, want to brainstorm wild ideas or write a story that actually makes sense? Claude's your buddy, deep, logical, actually fun. Occasionally, it'll play it a bit safe if you throw out a super weird prompt, but generally, it just feels more like working with a creative partner. Gemini? It's good, especially for lists and plans, but there's this scripted, almost formula feel. So for creative reasoning, that's Claude's point. Last, let's talk ecosystem and compatibility. Honestly, if you live in Google's world, Gemini is just everywhere. It's in your Gmail, Docs, search, everything syncs across devices. It almost knows what you want before you do. Only catch? You gotta have a Google account for all the cool stuff. Claude? It's available in some chat platforms and businesses, but outside of Anthropic stuff, it's still figuring out how to really branch out. So Gemini clearly takes this category. Quick look at the radar chart here. Claude spikes in conversation and creativity, while Gemini dominates facts, integrations, and that whole digital ecosystem thing. You can totally see where each one shines. So where does that leave us? Here's my take. If you want those long, deep combos or niche writing partner that feels human and actually understands context, Claude is going to be your new best friend. But if you're all about life in the Google ecosystem and you want lightning fast, accurate info, Gemini seriously makes everything click. Overall, Gemini does edge it out if you need instant facts and seamless integration in your digital life. If this helped you spot the right chatbot for your needs, go ahead, hit that subscribe, and stick around for more head-to-head AI battles coming your